Okay, we'll see how this works. This is going to be a vlog. Actually, I don't know if this would qualify for a vlog or not. Vlog stands for video blog, for those of you who may not know. I didn't. Only really found out what a vlog was, I don't know, a year or so ago. This is weird. I know I talk for a living, but I'm used to having people in the room with me. So just talking into my phone is really weird. But I've been trying to blog all day and I keep getting distracted and I just don't think I feel like typing today. But I've been thinking a lot about my dad. It was 5 or 6 years ago that God was so merciful and so kind and so sweet and just brought a lot of redemption and healing to my relationship with my dad. And it's not that I had a bad relationship with my dad. I just really didn't have a relationship with my dad. I've been pretty open and honest about the fact that he was an alcoholic and he passed away. He was in jail when he died of a heart attack. And it's hard to say because I feel like I'm being disrespectful, but I don't really have any memories of my dad of him sober. But God was so good 5 or 6 years ago to just bring healing to that. And if I did a vlog just on that, it would be a half an hour long and I would bore you to tears. But it was really sweet. And if I told all the providential steps that had to happen for that healing to happen, it's just crazy when I think about it. I mean, God took, when he talks about bringing beauty from ashes, when the tornadoes hit in Alabama, I think it was 2011 or 2012. And a lot of times when things happen, we'll do gift card drives and relief efforts. But from that happening in Alabama, and I'll be honest, I really didn't want to help. We were coming off a busy season. But I remember going over to my morning show partner, Dave's office, and saying, do we have to help this time? Can someone else go and help? And he said, Carmen, he said, not only is it your home state, it's your home county. Yes, we have to help. And how God took Dave making me to leading me from Tuscaloosa to my home county to this church, to interviewing the pastor, to a man in the congregation who looked up our radio station because he wanted to hear the interview that this radio station had done with his pastor, to this guy finding me on the website. His name was Bob. His name is Bob. And he knew my dad. And he emailed me and said, are you Carmen? Are you Ken Brown's daughter, that Carmen? He said, because I knew your dad, and I actually started a ministry because of your dad. And I'm leaving out so many steps, but I got to tell you, and Bob ended up sending me this article, and I'm going to end up, this is going to be that 30-minute vlog I said I wasn't going to do, but Bob ended up sending me an article about my dad that just really, I don't know, it was just a moment of healing with Jesus in 2011 or 2012, but just how from storms to meeting Bob, crazy. That's not even what I was going to vlog about. Someone asked me the other day, they said, what is your funniest memory of your dad? And that's just kind of stuck with me the last few days because I don't have one. I don't have a funny memory of my dad, just because, I mean, I saw him. We would go visit my grandparents, and he lived, this is pretty funny. My grandparents had a barn, and they tore that barn down and built another barn, and my dad actually lived in a camper trailer on the old barn's slab. And I don't know if you guys remember the group Alabama, but they had a song one time called My Home's in Alabama. And I can remember me and my cousins, let me see that fingernail I was picking off my polish earlier. We would tease and sing from my dad's perspective. My home's on Perry's slab. My grandfather's name was Perry, and my dad lived in a camper trailer on my papa's slab. But they asked me, what is the funniest memory of your dad or funniest story about your dad? And I would have to tell a story that was told to me, but I think this story is hilarious. But one thing that I would want you to know about my dad is that, and my mom has told me this, is that he was funny. He was the life of the party. He had a very charismatic personality. On Sunday afternoon, he could get 2 teams together playing football in no time flat. Very persuasive. His demons just got the best of him. But we were at the memorial service for my dad, and we had the funeral home there in my hometown of Jacksonville, Alabama. The funeral home was K.L. Brown Funeral Home. And I don't think we're related to K.L. Brown. Well, it's small town Alabama, we probably are. But my dad would get in a lot of bar fights. He would get to drinking, get in bar fights. And so whenever he got drunk and got to drinking, he loved to call. Like, he used to call me late all the time. But KL was telling me, and I don't know if my brother was standing there or my aunt, but he said that he'll never forget one night the phone rang super late, middle of the night, 2 o'clock in the morning. He answers the phone. It's my dad. He's drunk, and he had lost his teeth. My dad had dentures. He didn't have his teeth. He had lost his teeth, and he was calling KL to see. Remember, KL owns the funeral home. He was calling KL to see if he had an extra pair laying around. So I hope that doesn't, some people would hear this and go, oh my gosh. But I just think it's hysterical because, I mean, it's resourceful. But who would think to do that? Who would think to call a funeral home and say, hey, I've lost my teeth, or there's some there that, you know, someone's not using anymore. So when he told us that story, we just laughed and laughed and laughed. And I think he shared it with everybody. Maybe he shared it out front in the little lobby area, but he just said, I'll never forget hanging up the phone and my wife saying, who was that? And he was like, oh, it's Ken. He's lost his teeth. He was just wondering if I had an extra pair of teeth down at the funeral home. So anyway, I don't know. I thought about my dad a lot today. And I think when my dad died, I might have said this already. I don't know if I did or not. Oh my goodness, this is 8 minutes. I got to wrap it up. I wasn't so much sad when he died. I just felt more regret that it would never be the way that it should be. I'm one of those people that I just feel like there's just going to be a red bow at the end of everything. And my dad knew Jesus. So the red bow is coming. It's going to be in heaven one day. But I was going to blog about him. But I think I'll post this. And if you have a funny story about your dad, I would love to hear it. If there's something you want to share about your dad, I would love to hear that. And we'll see where this goes. One thing that I do want you to remember is that if this weekend is hard for you because you have daddy wounds like I have had and still have to some degree, God is a father to the fatherless. He is our dad. So just rest in that, and I'm so grateful for my husband and the dad that he is to our girls. But anyway, I love you. Thanks for listening to this really long video. We'll see how it goes and if I do this again. All right, have a great weekend.